everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this new video. So this is only the second video in English on my YouTube channel because actually I am Dutch and I make Dutch videos, but sometimes I make videos in English because some topics just need an English explanation as well, because it's just a very important topic. As following, today we are going to talk about contentment. Contentment is very important for me in my life, so I hope that I can give you some encouragement for contentment in your daily life. As a Christian, I am actually just talking to the sisters here on YouTube, but if you are a brother as well, you could of course watch it. But yes, it means a lot to me. I hope I could help you with being content in your life as well. So let's just begin. Contentment. So, in other words, a state in which you do not desire more than you have, and you are satisfied with what you have. I think we could all need a little bit more contentment in our lives. It is very human to always want to have more and to never have enough. We already see this as an example with the Israelites in Exodus, in the Bible Exodus. They had just been rescued from slavery in Egypt and they had crossed the Red Sea. They just drank water from the rock and they just received manna from heaven. And the feeling of shortage and of prosperity that they had as slaves in Egypt soon took hit again. We read about this in 1 Corinthians 10 verses 1 to 13, but as well in Psalms 106 verses 10 to 15, and we're gonna read this one now. So, Psalms 106 verses 10 to 15. We've sinned a lot, both we and our parents. We've fallen short, hurt a lot of people. After our parents left Egypt, they took your wonders for granted. Forgot your great and wonderful love. They were barely beyond the Red Sea when they defied the high God. And at those moments when we think about Israel, like, how could they do that? Look at what all that God did for them. Then we should see that we are just as bad as they were. And we have to continue to notice the log in our own eye. In this video, I want to reflect on that log in your eye and why contentment is the way to finding more joy and gratitude in life. As I just mentioned, contentment is a state in which we do not desire more than we already have. And that exactly is where the core of this problem is. C.S. Lewis once said the following thing: "But if I find in myself desires which nothing in this world can satisfy, the only logical explanation is that I am made for another world." Everyone will continue to experience emptiness in life. In all times, at all times. Because there's only one thing that can completely fulfill and satisfy us, and that is the love of God. Despite to our knowledge of these things, the evil one tries to tempt us at all times and days in our weaknesses. And that is exactly why he tries to manage us so often to try to control the people in this area of life. The devil is trying and will always try to tempt you and to give you something that seems better than the things you already have. It is never enough with him. Just as Jesus in Matthew 4 verses 1 to 11, also the devil tried to tempt him. But it is very clear that Jesus took no offense of it, because he knew what the world, or that the world has nothing to offer. They sometimes say that the grass is greener on the other side, or that the grass seems greener on the other side. But the perfect love that God offers us shows us that the grass here appears to be withered everywhere. The world is designed for us to make us want more. But True contentment is found in Jesus Christ. But what we could do in this broken and fallen world is seek contentment. Because grass could become a little bit more greener when you water it. So, first, bearing fruit and trying to live right before Him and to live in godliness for Him is a source of contentment these days. So, enjoy. We also read that. We read it in Psalms 119 verses 35, in Psalms 1 verses 1 to 2, and in 1 Timothy 6 verse 6. So, we're going to read those and I'll show you. So, in Psalms 119 verses 35, we read, "Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for the rein do I delight." Then, in Psalms 1 verses 1 to 2, they say, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but is delight in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." And then in 1 Timothy 6 verse 6 we read, "But godliness with contentment is great again." So, as we read those verses, we know now that when we try to live godly for Him, we could find happiness and contentment in it. But we can also find joy and contentment in the little small and simplest things. So, we read in 1 Timothy 6 verses 6, what we read 1 minute ago, but also in verses 7 and 8, they show us that we can be content in every little small thing in life. So, we're going to read from verse 6 to 8. "But godliness with contentment is great again. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content." So, as we read, then we read in Hebrews 13 verse 5. "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he had said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee." So, and also, God is so good. Also in Romans 8 verse 32, we read the following thing. "He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?" And this is unbelievable. God is so good for us. He gives us everything we need, and often even more than that. For yet He is so concerned about the birds in the air and about the lilies in the field. So, how much more is He concerned about us? We are so important to Him, and He's so good to us even when we do not deserve it at all. But even if we did not receive anything extra in this world, we can remind ourselves that we already have received everything in Jesus Christ. And in knowing Him, because Jesus Christ is the ultimate treasure. Jesus in our lives is enough reason to feel content and happy and peaceful and free, and provided He who never lets you down, and He who never betrays His trust. Then in Philippians 4 verses 11 to 13, we read the following thing. "Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. I am instructural both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ, which which strengthened me. So, contentment on the mountaintops and contentment in the valleys, because Jesus Christ is everywhere. A valley for a learning moment, for pruning of your heart, or a way to show your trust in God even in difficult times and situations. And the mountaintop to know that you can be extra grateful again because you're realizing that you're having it real good. Christ is the ultimate source of peace, and with him as a foundation, you can also say what they say in 1 Timothy 6 verses 6 to 8. So that I can do all things through Christ which strengthened me. Because we can if we have our foundation in him. The world will always try to give you a feeling and to deceive you and tempt you with a feeling of not having enough and to be not content in what you have and to be empty. And you need to be fulfilled consciously. Just as movies give you an unrealistic and perfect picture of how your partner should look like and how she or he should be, and you should not settle for less than that perfect picture that movies give you. Supermarkets and commercials with temptingly very tasty but mostly unhealthy foods makes you believe that you have not eaten enough yet. Social media makes you believe and makes you think that you are never good enough or beautiful enough. Or comparison can continuously affect your self-image and always continue you to have to adapt your character, your personality, your being, your appearance to the outside world. Contentment is difficult because here on earth it will never seem to be enough. For man, then. However, you can never be satisfied, completely satisfied here on earth with the love of God. Because God is an inaccessible source of contentment and peace and happiness and love and fulfillment. And there's never coming an end to it because he is never ending. So his love is either never ending. So we should probably just find our contentment in God first, and actually just in realizing that his love that he gives and offers us and he provides us with is so totally enough. It is more than enough to be happy or content in this life. So my message, closing and message for today is put your attention, your hope, your contentment and your peace in the only thing that is eternal and everlasting. So, of course, we know that nothing here on earth is going to last forever on this earth. But we do know, and we may know, that there is a new earth waiting for us. Jesus Christ is preparing a new place for us. And he is our bridegroom. We can really just look up to him. We can long for him and for his coming, and we can also find real, true contentment and happiness in knowing that. So know that whatever feeling you could have here on earth that is not fulfilling you, that is just very disappointing or making you real angry or sad or mad, you may know that this is a broken, fallen world and that we are going to receive a new, perfect life with God. And, well, when you put your trust and your beliefs, of course, in Jesus Christ, that you believe in him, that he died for you on the cross for your sins, and that the only way to go to all those beautiful things that the Bible tells us about for in our future, we only get it when we want to be with Jesus. Because Jesus, he only wants to be with the people who truly choose him. Look, like we have all free choice, and God has given us a free choice. So if we are making the free choice to not choose for Him, but choose for other things that He did not make for us, like hell, and not being with God in eternity in a new, perfect, beautiful earth that we cannot even think about, or we cannot even realize how that's gonna be, so great it is. So if you want to have eternity, life in eternity with God, and if you want to have this contentment and feeling of hope and love and peace in your life, then choose Jesus today if you haven't yet. But if you have, you know what I meant with all those things, that contentment in Him is such a great feeling. And then we can just put our foundation in that. So, if you liked this video, please share it with whoever you want to share it with. And please do the thumbs up and subscribe on this channel if you want to see more videos in English, because I am going to make more English videos. And maybe just subtitles for the other Dutch videos. Maybe I'm gonna do that as well. So, we'll see. But thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you really enjoyed this message. So, see you next time.